Okay, and starting in reverse order, we're gonna pop all these clips after we take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. So the next thing we're gonna do is take out 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, and then unclip this, and we're gonna remove this top plate, and that should come off all as one piece, this whole plate right here. Okay, there are 4 screws that hold on this piece that we're trying to take out. There's one right here, there's one underneath here, it's back in there, there's one here, and then there's also one underneath here. So we need to take off this whole top plate. So we're gonna go ahead and undo 1 screw here and 1 screw here. So that's 1 here and 1 here. And that whole top piece should start to pry off pretty easily. Okay, so we took off the screw here. We took off the screw here. Those are small screws, and I missed these 2. There's 2 big ones, one here and one here. And if you look at these 4 screws right here, 2 long go in the middle. They go in the middle, and then the other ones go on the outside. And now we also have to disconnect this right here. Okay, now that this was disconnected from that side on the main board, we're gonna go ahead and use our pry tool and pry it around the edges. And hopefully, basically it's pressed in multiple places. So now what we're gonna do, this one screw right here, I don't know if we need to undo that screw. I did on the other one, but I don't think we have to. So we're just gonna try to pry it up and see what happens. So in prying up this main board, you can see it's all loose now. There's multiple points where it presses into different pieces, including right here. But also I noticed that this clip right here on my old one right here, you can see I broke it off right there. Right there. So make sure that's the only clip that holds this on. Everything else is pressed in, so make sure you... Okay, now we're here, and this piece right here is the one that's giving me all the problems. It's my outside temperature and the kind of secondary readings. So if you get a check engine light, it tells you what's going on. This is causing me all the problems. There are multiple screws we need to pull out here. One is right here, one is right here, one is right here, and one is right here. I've already disconnected this from the main board and disconnected this from the main board right here. So you have to disconnect this one, and then it should pop right out, and we'll replace it with this one, which hopefully still works. I'm looking at all the wiring, and I don't see any major issues with any of the wiring, so I don't know if it's a problem with the board or whatever, but if you look right here, you'll see kind of a split in that cable. The other one, the one that worked in the gauge I bought, has the same splits. So it also has it up top right there. You can see those little splits right there. Okay, and now that all those screws are out, there was one here, one right there, and one right there. This whole board lifts out, easy peasy. And now we're gonna replace it with the one that hopefully works. Okay, so here's the loaner cluster. I took it apart again because when I installed just the new board here with the screens, this guy, okay, sorry for the noise in the background. My car is currently running. And the gauges work now, but I basically went through the whole process and swapped this from this donor cluster into the one that I had over there. That did not work. So on a gamble, I decided to take this guy, which usually sits right here, just like that, and swap that guy in. I also took the wire that goes from here to there and the wire that goes from here to there and swap those in. I don't know which was the problem. It could have been this wire, it could have been this wire, it could have been that board, but everything works now. And I have my LED gauges back. So there they are right there. There's one, there's that one. Sorry for the radio. And as I scroll through, they do everything they're supposed to. Cruise control, actually the door's open, so do that. Cruise off, cruise on. Off, disc 2, there's my radar. Radar ready. And everything looks like it's working pretty good there. And there's my outside temp. So we're back in business.